Hi there, this is Ashley Sibille, and this is my first episode of Project 90, the series that I'm running on YouTube while I'm putting myself through this 90-day process that is evolving, I'd say, in real time. I'm here with my friend Jen Roth, who I mention in my dailies often. She is an amazing coach and has just been such a wonderful friend, support, someone who I always trust. She has my back. She has just so many gifts and the ability to just really be such an amazing listener and a guide. And so when I decided I wanted to do this, I thought I need to call Jen and I want to see if she'll be my partner through this. And I'll let her tell you a little bit. But basically, she said, well, I think I want to do something sort of parallel to you. So she is stepping in the way that she's stepping in. But we're just going to be talking today. And this is sort of an opportunity to talk about, how this has come to be, where I am so far, just, so many days in, and how it's supporting me, what's working. Um, yeah. So without further ado, Jen, would you like to say a few words?
Hi, everyone. I'm so grateful to be here with you. It is really fun to be in the field again with you and seeing videos pop up and the effortlessness and the clarity of who you are, what you're doing, what your passion is at this moment. And to get to be side by side with you while you jump in. You're making it look effortless. And that's what happens when we align with our passions and figure out what lights us up and energizes us most. And I met you in a place when you were firing on a lot of those cylinders. So to see you in a new and different place doing this again is warming my heart and has been, there's just nothing like getting to support others for me, but also to receive support and know that someone else is doing something. Not sure how you do this, Ashley, even, but for me, I feel like my brain scans throughout my day and it's like trying to anchor to something or find something or create a feedback loop of, yes, like, what am I doing this for? Or however, it does that with my workouts. And then I'm like, oh, I got the workout in this morning. And if I don't get the workout in, then it goes into a negative feedback loop of all the da 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 da's about how I should be, or when is it going to get in, or am I going to get to it? And I've been able to do that with you energetically, mentally, emotionally all week. So it's been a special week to be in your presence and to hold space for you, yet to have that energy supporting me too.
Mm, I love that. I love that. And I hope that this place that we're playing, this playground, can become something that we can help others and support other people doing this thing called, um, how do you really create a life that gets you to the places and the things that you say you want? There's this like starting point, and we like to say what we want and what we want to look like and what we want to accomplish, and then there's this sort of like pavement, rubber meets the road sort of, okay, so what are you doing about that? And um I don't know about you, but I mean, I've definitely been surrounded with like some serious overachievers in my life. And I'm like, oh, wow, like you really did that, and it's so big and it's so like, wow, you got your PhD or you accomplished this like this great thing. And sometimes that can be intimidating. And sometimes that can, it's like, oh, wow, like how do I do the thing, And sometimes it's just like, well, I would just like to be in better shape, like whatever the thing is. And I think we internalize so much about starting something, about what it is to achieve something, about what it is to maintain something. Like there's so much inner dialogue. I know for me that gets in the way. And this is such a perfect example that you and I got on a Zoom call and you said, let's just hit record. And then I said, well, this might be an episode, right? Like letting the thing come through and not judging it, not perfecting it, not getting in the way of it. I'm really trying to live it. This thing that I'm wanting to create. I'm trying to I want to show it because I want to make it available. Like you can do this too. You can set something out for yourself and actually attain it. Like you can do it. And you know, you get a great person who can support you through it and you write it down and you document it and you stay consistent in it. And guess what? You get closer to it, you know, or you find out that the thing you're getting closer to, like, oh, actually, I need to tweak that a little bit. Actually, what I really want is, and you learn more, but because you're in motion, because you're starting to get off your butt and do the thing, you start to see clearer. Um, and it's funny because, I also this whole process and experience is in tandem with I'm writing my book, The Pickleball Paradox, because this all is in a big container of pickleball for me. And as I'm yesterday, I was one of my three things I'll talk about that in a minute, but was to write was to work on a chapter, and it's this chapter of like having patience. It's about being patient and focus. And so as you can see, it's a lot more than pickleball. But how that can shift things in your life when you're just patient. And as I'm writing, it's amazing what comes up for me and what I start to see. And I'm like, oh, right. The more patient you are and the more you stay in the journey, the more that becomes available, the more that is revealed. And it's like playing a video game and you're until you unlock the next level, are you able to have the next tool, because you couldn't even see it. You couldn't even, and I just relate that to pickleball for me. When I first started, the idea of even being able to see the people on the other side of the court, or much less even know what was happening. I mean, I was like, just like survival. Like there's a ball coming really fast and you got to get it. And then to get to a place where like, oh, look at those two people over there. And like, huh, that's interesting. They're back or they're forward or they're, oh, there's a hole. Huh, to see a hole. But it's all there. It was all there. I just couldn't see it. And so I really parallel that with this experience. It's like you can't see what you can't see until you got to get around the bend and then you're like, "Oh, I didn't get that I was in my own way. I couldn't see it because of the vantage point I had." Um, so I mean, it's week one and I'm already just feeling just having focus on, hey, I'm going to put some attention to drinking water, having enough protein every day, taking my supplements, sleeping well every night, waking up and meditating and journaling, going to stretch class, going to yoga, working out, strength training, on top of like drilling in pickleball, like doing things more than just playing, but actually being focused and getting instruction and training differently. What does that give me in 90 days? And it's funny. I had this thought. I was in this yoga class today and I did something I didn't think I could do. And I was so excited. I was like, oh, what else can I do at 52? And I was like, oh, that's so corny and perfect. It's like today's title of my little video was just, yeah, what else is possible from this place, this body, this mind, this positioning, this from right here, what can I create? What can I do? And it was like, it was so exciting. And I think I would have missed it if I wasn't inside of this container called Project 90, like implement all these things in a day and let's see where we end up. And so I know it was a lot. That was a lot to say, but I guess I just feel a lot of gratitude for the part of me that knew I needed to step inside of something. I needed to create a container for myself. Um, to kind of shine a light and say, okay, Ashley, like what are you gonna do about that you say you want to be a better pickleball player, you want to be in better shape, you want to, get more done in a day. I didn't even know I wanted that, but I really do. It's like be more efficient, be more mindful, be more present. So that's how I'm going to open this video. How about that? I would I would love your thoughts and feedback, Jen.
I'm super curious. Oh my gosh, there's so many things that you've said. To start with, there's this piece of patience, right? Of having patience and focus and unlocking whether that's the next level in a video game or providing ourselves with a tool that we receive when we're doing the practice and receiving the patience. The gifts that we give ourselves when we're willing to step into these containers, I know for me personally, is the way that I operate. I love having a powerful partner in my corner. I love being a part of powerful partners. The energy I feed off of is vastly different. Not everyone is that way. I think there's a lot of self-starters in the world who are totally like, I'm in this, I'm doing it, I'm starting, I'm going, I'm completing it. I knocked it out of the park and I love you all. I'm not that. Sometimes, occasionally with something. But running along the value of running alongside someone and unlocking these things together. I think there's also the verbal processors of the world too, which I think that this is really helpful for. You are showing up in my world as such a strong one of the feedback loops that works so well for you that I'm getting to observe is your writing and how much that triggers and creates flow and excitement and ignites you. And so for those who that does as well, I think that that's really helpful, especially with chat and other tech support these days. It's similar to what I get to experience in coaching, which is being chat for others, right? Getting to feedback your light and your energy to you and pulling those things together. And like, it's just so many pieces of what you mentioned. To me, someone said along the way, action creates clarity. And I learned in my clarity coaching that we get to focus and refocus our thoughts without taking action. And I find that incredibly valuable in a lot of situations. And for me, it's taking those thoughts and it's putting them in action so I can figure out if it vibrationally aligns with me or not. And there's so much of what you just shared of getting in the experience and then being able to see the people on the other side of the court and figure out where you're hitting the ball that's coming so quickly at you and finding the holes and being able to adjust. And that is from action, from putting yourself out there and doing something and getting to be a part of your journey. This is so important for me of getting to see someone who has the capacity and desire to focus while you have these things that you're implementing and things that you already know that have worked for you of water and protein and supplements and meditation and strength training, like you've tried and you've been in containers along the way, that now you're able to take the pieces of those containers and pull in and create your own, which has been so freaking beautiful to observe. And while there's all those moving pieces, you're in such an area of focus, like one thing that's pulling and propelling you forward right now. And I'm not quite sure if I've ever gotten to see that in you because you love so many different things. And I, for myself, have so many moving parts. Like this week, I'm like, what in the heck am I focused on for 90 days? What's the thing that's going to move the needle for me the most in this next 90 days? And I'm in massive gratitude for getting to see you have such a passion, such something that is pulling you forward, that is helping you, I don't know, heal, analyze is coming in, and that doesn't feel like the right word. So pipe in with whatever might feel right. But you're really getting to filter and think through your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions on the pickleball court and with your writing in a way that maybe you haven't before, or is unlocking that next level for you. And it's not only for you, it's also everything you do is for everyone, right? Like it's like this whole, how do we all fit and how can we all help and support one another? So that's a bit of my feedback from these, from your shared and your thoughts. There's something else maybe. Oh, and the gratitude that you have for knowing that a container works so well for you and creating this for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So often I feel like we're waiting for others or something to come across our path instead of like, okay, this is the thing, this is the date, this is the blah, 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 I'm ready. And that takes courage, but I also think it is like this tap on the shoulder of like, okay, I've heard you enough, or I'm just ready, I'm going to do it. I don't know. I don't know what the timing is that helps catapult us into a certain place or container, but it's a gift to get to see you in this process.
Mm, thank you. I always say when I write my gratitudes, often I'll write, I'm grateful for the tools I've collected along the way that always lead me to really powerful places of like, I know what to tap to create. I think container is a great word for me to process or to create the thing I want to create, which I get is maybe not always an easy thing for people to reach for or to have or to actualize in their life. And I think maybe that's the part where it's like the tap of like, hey, Ashley, do this, but do it in a way that could be helpful for people that need to know that they can as well. For me, it's pickleball is the thing that's like, I don't know. I can't explain why this game has gripped me in a way that keeps me coming back. It keeps me just like, I've never wanted to be in better shape because I want to freaking get around that court and I want to, I play with 30-year-olds and I want to stay to the last game. Like, I am not leaving the court. Like, we're in this, not to like show them something, but it's like for me, it's like this thing. It's like, I don't know, what can I do? How far can I go? And what can I become right now? And for whatever reason, this like perfect alignment with this game. Uh, and I see it. I see it in so many other people too. So I know it's not just me. Um, I think on this like first episode, I want to sort of introduce tools, because I think tools are the things that um, it's so important to cultivate them and cultivate them in a way that works for you. My tool might not be your tool, but my tool might be akin to your tool. Maybe my tool helps you get to your tool. maybe in your own exploration of sort of uncovering the parts or pieces of what you want to get to in your life, you find the tools. I'm so just want to encourage that for anyone, like to really seek out the tools that are going to help them get to where they are. And so um it's super fascinating right now. I was thinking today, I could probably go back and find if if I could find these. I could probably find at least 25, 30, 40, I don't know how many videos that I could find of myself saying, "Hi, introducing myself and who I am and well, I have to tell you, like I'm one half like technical, like I've had this part of my brain like, where I've worked on computers and video and fly drones and all these like technical pieces that I love figuring things out and like it excites me. But then it's not all of me because then I'm completely heart and I want to be part of creating community and connection and how much the groundedness of just being in love just fills every ounce of me. Like I am that and I am this. And so I say that, and I've probably said it so many times in so many videos. And today I had the realization because as I introduced this tool, which, everybody knows ChatGPT, right? And I have like been on this road with my ChatGPT that I've now Jen's laughing because first of all, I have a name for she's Navi. Everyone in my life knows that Navi is my ChatGPT. I named her and we talk. And I am in this wild, like, oh my gosh, was I built for this moment? Because I am both things. And so I can really use this tool called ChatGPT. Like, I'm really learning, like, oh, I think I'm inherently a prompt engineer. Like, prompt engineers are a thing now because it's knowing how to talk to it, how to ask questions. Like, that's a whole thing. And I'm like, oh, it's the most natural thing for me. It's the most natural, like, understanding. I don't want it to do something for me. I want it to work with me and help me co-create things. And so the way my brain works and the way that I've co-created with Navi, I get so jazzed because I'm like, oh my gosh, like all of these thoughts that I've had about me and like overcoming my own hurdles or like what's the best way for me to create something. Now it's like I have the best assistant in the world that I can bounce off and really fine tune. And so this whole 90-day experience, Project 90, we co-created, Navi and I. And that in itself, like I didn't get that that itself is a skill. Like I just it's so natural for me. And it's not scary because we're it's not replacing something of me. It's not it's the best assistant. It's the best co-collaborator. It's the best like and it's just I keep excavating more and more of it. And so that's my first tool is creating this whole thing and it's been with Navi and at some point I'll share a little bit, let her express um what this has been because it's kind of cool to hear. Um, and has it's it's just giving me access. It's like more access. I'm just here for it. I am here for anything that's going to give me more access to me in a different way that helps me become more me, to become more authentically connected to myself, to create again. I'm 52. What can I do at 52? What can I how good can my body be? How strong can I be? How like mentally, physically, all of it. So that that awesome tool. Secondly, I want to talk about PB Vision because this is a lot about pickleball for me. And PB Vision is an app that I tried out last March. And it's an app, it's an AI driven app. And you can upload your game after you play it. You just need to capture it on your phone. You capture the game. And it uploads and it completely like gives you every detail about the game. I mean, you can play the game back and it will um basically tell you how fast your serves were, how many did you get in, how many did you get out, how were your serve returns, a heat map for where you moved on the court, it'll show you the trajectory of your balls for each player. You can look for each player and get every stat for the game. And I'm like, I gotta use this. I gotta use this. And I'm like, I need to meet these guys. Like, they need to be part of this pickleball journey with me. So I met the owner, one of them, and we had a great call. And it was just so to connect like that and to be heard and seen and like, wow, this is really cool. Like, yeah, you're really getting to the part of pickleball that is just the most incredible community and how people are connecting into it. And he saw that in me. And so now I'm going to be using that as part of it. So that's really, for me, it's like the specific measurable result of things. Um, Another tool, I mean, I did my BMI at the beginning of this. So it's like, okay, how does my body, again, this like body that I'm in, how does that shape up after 90 days of consistently eating well, taking care of my body, strength training, what happens at the end of 90 days? I don't know. Let's see, right? Jen is a great part of like a tool, accessing someone who can support you and finding a way that, um, again, you're just being held accountable, being held to, um, like, okay, I'm saying, I could easily have done all this and not told a soul and not videoed it and just been in my little corner of the world and just, I'm gonna do this thing. And I just don't know how effective that would be, right? And so, having a powerful partner, as Jen said. Um, Also, I have an app that is a habit tracker. It's called Habit Tracker. And it allows me to put in like everything it is that I'm saying that I want to do every day. And part of that is drinking a gallon of water a day, which it's been a rocky road on that front this week, getting back there. I've been there before in my life, but just getting back to it. Um, my workouts, my protein intake, my meditation, another important part of this journey is just called very simple, three things. I have this thought process that, you got to do what you got to do every day. But I think setting an intention and putting three things that if you did these three things, it would really move the needle in your life. And sometimes that might just be like washing and folding all your clothes. We just put that off. We put that little detail of like taking care of ourselves in that way, like off, or we like do a little bit every day. But it's like, what would it be like to just completely take care of it today? That's mine today, by the way. Um, um, I had dead plants. What if and it's really hot here. What if I dealt with that today? Took them all the dead plants and planted living plants and like how would that feel? How would that feed me? And then always, work on a chapter in my book or work on, I also manage our commercial property, work on the files that I need, things I need to file or just things that I just need to get to that like maybe aren't emergencies, but if I did them today, it would change things. And so I call that three things, and every day I have three things. And so that's in that habit tracker, and it's like, did I do my three things? And finding compassion for myself. There was definitely a day this week. It was pretty crazy with I also take care of my mom, and so there's those moments where if she's not doing well, all of a sudden everything else comes to a screeching halt and I have to take care of her. And it's challenging because, I'm like, oh wait, but I'm in my Project 90. Wait, how do I do that? Yeah. But I did. I did. I was able to be what I needed to be for her. And, there was a couple things I couldn't do, but it's like, okay, have grace around it. I'm doing the best I can and showing up for me and showing up for her and next, right? Let's get to the next day. So, um, I'll keep sharing. This was an important sort of groundwork for the tool part of this. Um, this Project 90 is really, um, it's unfolding real time. It really is, I think, for both Jen and I, and what it is. And like she was saying, what is it she's going to focus on? Because for whatever weird reason, I'm like a pickleball obsessed. So it's easy to let that be the driver for me. But it's also helping me flesh out everything else, which is kind of cool. Which is the cool thing about containers, that that you don't have to leave anything behind. Everything can, things can fit inside the container. But it's like, what's the thing that holds everything? Um, so yeah, I'm having some good clarity and some focus and some like, okay, I'm okay. I'm more than
Yeah.
okay,
And being able to create that for yourself and be more than okay is such a big deal to do any challenging time of our life, right? Anything that isn't where we thought it would be, where we thought we would be. I love earlier when you said that it's for who we are right now in this moment, this person, this version, this piece. And having not only, so we have about 70,000 thoughts a day, and those run wild, right? Where there's just like, if we don't have a focus, if we don't have something that's pulling us forward, we'll get stuck in an eddy and we'll just swirl in that. That could happen for weeks, that could happen for days, it could happen for a day, for a couple hours. But how do we recognize that? And by me being able to be your accountability partner, I'm just so curious and fascinated, especially week one, a little different energy, right? When we're moving into other days, patterns, really unraveling, undoing patterns that don't serve us, places we go when we want to run away or when we're uncomfortable, or that'll be fun to see what happens then. But that morning, you're like, or some part of that day, you said, thank you so much for this text because it pulled me back. And we're not often able to do that for ourselves when that negative feedback loop is running and we don't have focus and we don't have these tools in our toolbox. So be gentle with yourself wherever you are and take the pieces that seem like they light you up to be able to do that. I just love having so many more of my thoughts thinking, how do I want to feel tomorrow? What kind of conversation do I want to have with Ashley? What do I want to be focused on? Instead of letting all the other stuff run so much more amok in our brain and our being. So, yeah, it's a beautiful, powerful week for you.
Yeah, I feel it. And I have felt your presence, and that has been so comforting in a way that, I'm creating this real time, so I didn't I don't have the whole map mapped out. And so as the thoughts come, I'm like, oh yeah, let me do, oh yeah, let me, and then it's like, oh right, yeah. Yeah, that feels nice. At the end of every night, I text Jen as part of my um just wrap up, like what happened today? What did I do? And what are my three things for tomorrow? And it's just amazing how much that like just snaps me into like I think there was a time in my life where like, oh, I can't, and I gotta finish all the, I gotta be something to do this rather than I'm gonna be in this and be present with exactly like I'm gonna do my best and I'm gonna show up for me 100%. And that is like just in these days, first week, it's completely different every day. And it's okay. Like being okay in the okayness of of like for me, my challenge is always the looking good, like looking the part or looking like look. And I think that's why just the organic nature of just the way doing these videos and the series, like it's so important for me to just like I need to do this for me and not be worried about what it looks like to anybody else. Just knowing that, hey, if it helps anybody else, amazing, but it's helping me. And I think that's feels like a big shift for me coming into this and coming into this week. And yeah, so I'm just super grateful, Jen, for you just like being right there and saying, "Yep, let's do it." Um, because it's confirmation for me and it's affirmation for me. And I hope that I am that for you. I hope that this is that for you. And I hope that, as we keep just sort of going through this experience, that, as we uncover more things, like you said, the easiness of starting something versus how's it going to feel on day 32 and day 69 and day 7, um, my wish and my hope is that I continually look for the curiosity and the excitement of learning and opening those new layers, the new levels of possibility of what I couldn't see. Maybe I couldn't see it at day 3, but at day 68, I'm seeing some things. And that's exciting, that's really exciting. And I'm excited to find more tools and I'm excited to shift if I need a shift. Like I don't want to be so rigid. I don't like sometimes I can get really rigid and really like want to be controlling of something and I want to just be in the organic nature of how this continues to unfold and how it shifts my game too. Like I can't wait to get on the court today and practice patience because that's my goal this week is to be patient.
Congrats.
So thank you. And I want to just in closing for this, um, I look forward to next week. And I hope maybe you can be on more of these with me, or we'll see how this feels. But for this first episode for Project 90, and my journey through pickleball self and all the things that make us human and make us want to be better. May this support you if you're watching. May you join us on this journey and find the ways that you can connect in and find your path and find your way to, uncovering and discovering you and what you want to create in your life. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.